10 on your side is your local election headquarters, but more so today, it's about the results of the last election.
I am so humbled to be sworn in today as the 74th governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Governor Glenn Youngkin was sworn in just after noon today, along with Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears and Attorney General Jason Miyares. The event was complete with the inaugural parade, a tea party, dinner at the Science Museum of Virginia, and an event still ongoing at Main Street. 10 on your side's Andy Fox was on Capitol grounds as he's been for so many inaugurations. He brings us this report.
Glenn Youngkin is the first Republican in 12 years to be sworn in as governor. Here's that moment in time. Governor Glenn Youngkin grew up in Hampton Roads, and Hampton Roads was a big part of his inauguration.
From sea to shining sea.
He invited the Governor's School for the Arts, Norfolk, to sing America the Beautiful.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
The Pledge of Allegiance, led by Barrett Bourgeois, son of U.S. Navy Commander Brian Bourgeois, who died in a training accident.
For the ramparts we watched.
And State Senator John Cosgrove Chesapeake helped sing the Star-Spangled Banner, which then led to the oath of offices, and all the new state leaders have ties to Hampton Roads.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The governor's speech timed perfectly for the military flyover,
And we celebrate the sound of freedom.
which gave the new governor his first line and a pledge.
No matter who you voted for, I pledge to be your advocate.
He acknowledged, "We are a divided Virginia."
Our politics have become too toxic. Sound bites have replaced solutions.
Mr. Youngkin spoke of a path forward from COVID-19 with the miracle of modern medicine, but also individual freedoms.
We must bind the wounds of division, restore trust.
He spoke how children need to be in school 5 days a week and new economic initiatives beginning day one.
We will suspend for a year the recent tax increase on gasoline and eliminate the grocery tax altogether.
But it was this line that got the strongest applause.
Parents should have a say in what is taught in schools.
As a tradition, there was the blessing of the ground by representatives of Virginia Indian tribes. And then he reviewed the parade, including the Norfolk Academy varsity basketball team. When he was at that school, the new governor was a two-time captain and won the state championship. Governor Youngkin summed up the spirit of Virginia as defending and protecting the rights guaranteed to us in the Constitution of these life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In Richmond, on Inauguration Day, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
Governor Glenn Youngkin sat down and signed 9 executive orders, many of which having to do with promises he made on the campaign trail. The first bans the teaching of, quote, divisive concepts, including critical race theory in public schools. Education officials have denied CRT was ever taught in Virginia, but the second order signed today already receiving challenges. This order says it would allow for parents starting next Monday to decide if their children must wear a mask, regardless if the school district has a mask mandate in effect or not. This is somewhat of an about-face from what Youngkin said after the election. He said the decision would be left up to school boards. Several districts tonight, including Richmond's, making clear they'll be keeping that mask mandate. The rest of the Day 1 executive orders are listed right now for you on WAVY.com.